I request Honorable Principal LD Kadam sir to inaugurate the function. We will play a video of Rayat Geet on this occasion. Is the technical team ready?
Yeah. अजून भरपूर
There's problem with the audio of the song. Can we just replay it? Mani sir?
हाँ.
There's problem with the audio of the song. Can we just replay it?
Yeah.
It's not audible. There's a problem with the audio of the song. I request you to replay it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check. Namrata?
Yes, sir.
Now is it audible?
Yes, sir. Yes. Perfect now. No, sir. Not yet.
लिंक पाठवली का तुम्ही? पाठवलेलं आहे आपण. सगळ्या टीवायच्या पोरांना फोन करायचा आहे प्रोसेस टीवाय
तीच झालं पण
कोण मी फोन करतो ऐकून येईल पोस्टला पैसे नको दिला त्यांना कशाला त्याला आपण ठेवलं मी माझं देऊन टाकलं 1,500 काय केलं आता म्हणजे ज्या खाडे करून 500 मी 500 देऊन असं दोन करू मी पहिलं दिलं मी तारखेच्या अगोदरच दिलं त्याला आता एक तुम्ही द्या ऐका गाडीला 500 द्या असं मी 500 देऊन परत 200 देईल 2,000 करू काय करतो मी 500 द्या नाही हा असं नाही ते म्हणला देतो बरं का तुम्ही जरा सांगा म्हणजे
नम्रता
Thank you, sir. So, with this official inauguration of the function, we can now further lead on to start the program. So, Zoology department has always taken an initiative to, just a minute, there's a humming from my side. Yes. So, Zoology department has always taken initiative to take some new programs that are student friendly, that can help students gain some knowledge. And just by we are like little bit changing the protocol, and I would like to invite Honorable Principal Dr. L.D. Kadam sir for presidential address. Please unmute yourself, sir. Honorable Principal Dr. L.D. Kadam.
I will talk at the end.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So we will go as per protocol now. The presidential address will be at the last, after the chief spokesperson gives his talk. So now I would like to invite Abhijit Mane sir for announcement of for keynote address and for introduction of the chief guest today. Over to Mane sir.
Okay. Thank you, Namrata. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are.
Yes, sir.
First of all, on the behalf of ASC College Ramanand Nagar, I welcome all the participants, the virtual participants, as well as the Honorable Principal of this college and the keynote address person, Dr. Deshmukh sir, as he is one of my best friend. He comes from Nagbid, that is Rashtrapita Mahatma College of Arts and Science, Nagbid, Chandrapur. To his credit, he has his PhD in physiology, and that is on the Sertoli cells and Leydig cells of the two reproductive species of bats. And to his credit, he has around 20 years of teaching experience for the undergraduate schools, colleges, and 4 years of teaching experience for the postgraduate students in his college. So a total of around 24 years teaching experience goes to his credit. And to his credit, again, he has around 13 national and international level research papers, and till now he has written 5 books to his credits. So apart from this, Dr. Deshmukh is a very renowned bird viewer and bird identifier, as we met in a refresher course in Siliguri at North Bengal University, Kolkata. So from where we learned from him how to identify the birds in their natural habitat, and the next important thing what we learned from him, how to conserve or how to preserve the birds' natural habitat. It was a very real wonderful experience while going for a sightseeing in the northern parts of the Kolkata region, and he showed us lots of birds which were identified in that area or to that locality which were restricted. So that raised one good point of view in my mind. So why should not we request Dr. Deshmukh sir to come here and give us a talk, a workshop, especially a state level workshop on how to identify the birds. So that was a very best topic what the world or even the entire globe requires right now, because as you know that always the world is in a threat, and with this threat, even as the plants are being uprooted and the natural habitats of these birds are being damaged nowadays, what is happening in Mumbai we know right now. So in this scenario, what we thought that we should come across with such workshops, such that our students and the colleagues and even the society of the various states of India as well as of the nation should know how to conserve the territory where these birds do stay upon, how to preserve them. And but naturally, when we conserve the nature, the birds are almost been cared and they are almost been preserved in this nature, in their natural habitat. So that led the point of view to organize such workshop. And secondly, as we know that from 5th of November to 12th of November, it's a birds week what we celebrate, Dr. Salim Ali birth anniversary. So that was a best moment to organize such a state level workshop. So here in this regards, on the behalf of ASC College Ramanand Nagar, I welcome Dr. Ganpat Deshmukh sir and the honorable principal, the president of these today's workshop, Dr. LD Kadam Sahib, for this workshop, and the head of the department zoology, and all my colleagues of this college, teaching and non-teaching colleagues of this college, very welcome for this state level workshop. Over to you, Namrata. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for this introduction. I would now like to invite the chief spokesperson of this event, Honorable Dr. Ganpat D. Deshmukh, for his talk. Over to Deshmukh, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm audible.
Dr. Mane sir?
Yeah,
Yes.
Deshmukh sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mane sir.
Thank you. Welcome.
At the outset, I would like to pay my tribute to the memory of great educationist of India, late Bhaurao Patil, who has founded this wonderful education institution, Rayat Sanstha. I would like to express my gratitude to the organizer of today's function, president of this inaugural session, Principal Dr. Kadam sir, convener, my dear friend Dr. A.B. Mane sir, Abhit Mane sir, head of the Department of Zoology, Dr. Tanaji Bhosle sir, and dear participants. We are celebrating the Bird Week from the 5th of November to the 12th of November, from the birth anniversary of Margo Chitampalli and the birth anniversary of Dr. Salim Ali. Now, the question arises as far as the
I request just a moment. I request technical team to mute
Just a moment.
all other participants except the students. There's a lot of noise.
Please mute yourself.
All the there are so many participants. I can hear the noise here. So sorry for disturbance. You can continue.
Patil madam, please mute yourself. Dr. Ujjwala Patil madam, please
Okay,
mute yourself.
thank you, madam. So as far as the
Okay, continue, sir.
okay, thank you, sir. We are familiar that the Earth is the only planet which is having the biosphere, and in this biosphere, evolution of the different groups of life forms has got the evolutionary history of the 3.5 billion years, and during this evolution there are 5 extinctions are there, and after the 5th extinction there is an evolution of the birds and the mammals. So whatever the species of the birds we are having, that is having the evolutionary interaction with the different life forms, with the non-biotic factors, and that is called as the ecosystem. And in that particular each species of birds having its own niche, ecological niche, whether it is a tropic niche or the different types of niches they are having. And in order to survive and in order to continue for the continuation of race, each and every bird's species adjusted, well adapted to its environment, surrounding condition, and while adapting to the different habitats and the ecosystem, they have to migrate from the one place to another place. So these birds are the only biped vertebrate which is having the ability to fly long distances. So these birds, why? So Earth is divided into the 6 different geographical regions on the basis of the presence of particular fauna and flora in that particular area. And our Indian subcontinent is in the oriental geographical region. And out of these 6 geographical region, Neotropical region, which includes the South America continent, having the largest biodiversity. So within this our oriental region, there are the 10 different geographic regions are there. Maharashtra is having this Western Ghat, Deccan Plateau area. So our Maharashtra having the different types of the habitats. There are the moist deciduous forest, then the dry deciduous forest are there. On the Konkan region, there are the we are having the coastal area. So it is our Maharashtra is the admixture of the different kinds of the habitats. So it reflects in the diversity of the birds there. The avian diversity. What is there? What is there in the birds? Why they are so much important? So that human beings have to conserve them. So these birds act as pollinators. They are the good pollinators at the dispersal rates, as these birds are the only vertebrate which can fly, and within single day they can cover the hundreds of kilometers of distance. So they play very important role as a pollinator. Again, there are some frugivorous, fruit-eating birds are there. They used to disperse the seeds of the different plants from the one place to another place. So they are the plant species, and for maintaining the forest, these birds plays very important role. Again, as a predator, we are going through the and in this corona pandemic of the April, when these cases of corona patients are again spurting. So during that season, we have to again encounter the one problem of the locust. Locusts are the gregarious insects, which are in Marathi it is called a todhad. त्याला म्हणायचे todhad. 1972-75च्या काळामध्ये ही टोळधाड जी आहे बरे खूप जास्त प्रमाणात यायची आणि शेत जे आहेत बरे पूर्ण नष्ट करायची. त्याच्यावरती मानवाने खूप कंट्रोल केला. परंतु आता काही जे मानवाची जे काही आता आपण जे काही त्याच्यामध्ये इन्सेक्टिसाइड्स जे यूज करतो त्याच्यामुळे बरेचसे प्रिडेटर्स जे आहेत, जो काही इकॉलॉजिकल बॅलन्स आहे तो आपण इम्बॅलन्स केला. त्याचा परिणाम म्हणून आपल्याला यावर्षी टोळधाड लोकसचा आपल्याला ज्यालाच आपण हिंदीमध्ये म्हणायचे टिड्डी, त्या टिड्डीचा आपण प्रभाव बघितला. अगेन देर आर द स्कॅव्हेंजर्स. दिस बर्ड्स प्लेज द रोल ऑफ स्कॅव्हेंजर्स. ते आपले सफाई कामगार आहेत, निसर्गाचे सफाई कामगार आहेत. ड्युरिंग अवर चाइल्डहुड, ड्युरिंग द 1990s, we used to see the vultures sitting upon the carcass of the dead animals, and within one stroke we can see the hundreds of the vultures. But nowadays these vultures, due to the use of some insecticides like the diclofenac, they are on the verge of extinction. Then again these birds act as a prey to the few other species, so they are also playing important role in maintaining the food chain within the different kinds of the ecosystem. Then again we see why we need to conserve these birds. So this map shows that these birds, these migratory birds, are migrating from their breeding ground in the North America, North Arctic region, North and North. So this from this northern pole, this is the breeding ground, and from this breeding ground, each year they are migrating thousands of kilometer distance to the winter grounds. So there are the and thousands of years they are following the highways. This route from this Arctic region to the this coast of Europe and South Africa, and after crossing this much distance, after reaching up to the South Pole, the previous generation, this South Pole is the Antarctica is, and after breeding there, the next generation, because the first generation cannot circulate exhaust, so the next generation taken up this another route, eastern coast of South America, from the eastern coast of from the same location, start their journey. Each year they find pathways. Within this long journey, they show exceptional navigation skill, and how they navigate, that is again the mystery. Nobody till date can unravel. They are having the birds from this, basically from this central Highway. Birds migrate from this Asian Highway, and another is the African Eurasian Highway. So again, there is one report regarding and that report was compiled by the NHS, the world bodies, the field of ontology, like the BirdLife International, Wetland International, eBird, so many international institutions work in collaboration with BNS, and they present a report. According to this report, 861 bird species. They assess the data. Only 800, which 267 species are found to be long-term.
Namrata, I'll be.
Yes, sir. Yeah, please ask him to reconnect.
His network is a bit weak. He'll be joining within a short while. Please have patience.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Deshmukh ji, you can share.
Can you, sir?
Yeah, you are visible.
Okay, sir.
So you are visible. You can share your screen.
Okay, thank you, sir. सर सुरुवातीपासून सुरू करा लागेल.
No, you can go ahead. You can drag your
Okay.
slides ahead, sir.
Okay. So the question arises, why we need to observe the bird week? Why we need to study the avian diversity? Because these birds plays the important role as a pollinator, seed dispersal, predators, scavengers, and they fall prey to the different species, different other species, and that all this role is important for maintaining the ecological balance. Because the ecosystem, any kind of ecosystem, whether it is aquatic, terrestrial, whether it is a lake, pond, riverine ecosystem, that is having the very delicate balance. आपल्याला जसं मराठीमध्ये म्हणतो आपण पत्त्याचा बंगला, त्या पत्त्याच्या बंगल्यामध्ये एक जरी पत्ता आपण जर काढलं तर पूर्णच्या पूर्ण पत्त्याचा बंगला कोसळेल. त्यासारखं की पूर्ण इकॉसिस्टम असते. तर त्या इकॉसिस्टम मध्ये बर्ड्स जे आहेत वरे फारच इम्पॉर्टंट रोल प्ले करतात. त्याच्यामुळे त्यांच्याबद्दलचा स्टडी जो आहे तो फार महत्वाचा आहे. As we are going through this COVID pandemic, during the month of the April, there is a problem of the locust, and huge flock of locust in the lakhs and the crores of numbers. They are just infesting upon the crop and giving heavy damage to the farmers. So how this happen? Because of the anthropogenic activities. We are using the different kinds of insecticides, and that affects the this avifauna. And one of the scavenger, that is the vulture, we used to see in very huge numbers during our childhood, that gets now on the brink of the extinction. And this is due to the use of the diclofenac. So as we are using these different kinds of the insecticides that affecting a lot harmfully, so the diversity of the birds is in declining, and that now we are facing the problem of the this locust infestation, which is previously during the 1972 to 1975, we just considering that that locust problem त्याला मराठीमध्ये म्हणायची टोळधाडचा प्रॉब्लेम जो आहे हा आपण याच्यावरती मात केलेली आहे मानवाने, परंतु त्याचा जो प्रॉब्लेम आहे बरे तो पुन्हा इतके वर्षानंतर परत तो सुरू झाला. आणि त्याच्या मागचं जो कारण आहे की या लोकस्ट वरती जे फीड करणारे चिमण्यांसारखे जे पक्षी होते, स्पॅरो, जे हाऊस स्पॅरो जे म्हणतो, ते चायनामध्ये खूप जास्त प्रमाणामध्ये त्यांनी मारल्या गेलं तिथं. कारण काय म्हणे तर तिथं ते चिमण्या जे आहेत बरे ग्रेनिवोरस असल्यामुळे तिथलं अन्नधान्याची तुटवडा तिथं चिमण्यामुळे झालेलं आहे असं चुकीचा समज तिथल्या गव्हर्नमेंटने केलं आणि ते मारल्यामुळे अशा प्रकारचा प्रॉब्लेम झाला होता. तर हे जे मायग्रेटरी बर्ड्स आहेत, हे जे दिस बर्ड्स हॅव्हिंग देअर ब्रीडिंग ग्राउंड इन this northern pole, and they follow the predetermined flyways from the thousands of years, same flyways. And this our India having the migratory birds from this Central Asian flyway, which is having the breeding ground in the Eastern Europe, Russia, and the Central and Northern Asia. So apart from this, majority of the migratory birds follow this Central Asian flyway. But apart from these, some of the birds also migrates from this zone also. That is in the northern India, having the migratory birds from this African Eurasian flyways. And again the northeastern states of the India having the migratory birds from the East Asian Australasian flyway. So again there is a matter of concern as far as the decline in the bird diversity is concerned, and that reflects in the report of the BNHS on the 867 bird species, and they compile this report in collaboration with the world leading bodies in the field of ornithology, like the Wetland International, BirdLife International. So what is the conclusion of that report? Out of these 867 bird species, the data of which they have assessed, 267 bird species shows the long-term trend of decline, and out of which 52% have declined since year 2000. So in our Maharashtra, 14 species are found to be in the high risk. High risk means that they are very common earlier, but now their number is declining tremendously, and they are showing the strong decline. So here is the data regarding the different types of the bird species, and you can see here the first name, cotton pygmy goose. It is also called as the cotton pygmy goose. It show the long-term decline. And again we can see here the short-toed snake eagle, that is least concern one, but it is put in the first schedule of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. So this is the report which express their concern regarding this bird species. So there is a while taking in cognizance the report of this State of Indian Bird Report and the efforts put up by the Maharashtra Pakshi Mitra Sangatna, from this year onward, government of Maharashtra has taken the very appreciative step to observe the bird week, and which coincides with the coming of the these migratory birds from this month onward up to the month of the February to March. This is like the festival for the bird watchers. But what bird watchers in huge numbers used to visit the different types of the uh, lakes, rivers. Now the bird diversity of the world and India, we will take the short look. Over 10,721 bird species has been recognized by the eBird International, out of which 1,390 species has been reported in the Indian subcontinent, and uh, which includes the 18 orders and 110 families. And eBird, which is the institution which assess the data on the online. You can submit the data in the Cornell's laboratory of ornithology, which is provided by this eBird. Daily, you can submit your whatever the your observations there, and they estimated that 553 bird species from the Maharashtra. So, as far as this bird week celebration of this bird week is concerned, my concern is up to the creating the interest among the uh, college going students, because they are the person who can propagate this message to the society. And we see that uh, local people's participation is most important, and once they are involved, that this conservation measure it becomes a very easy one. So I will start from this this identification marks are there in field. What we have to observe, there are so many features are there at the identifying bird at the species level is a great task, but we can identify some of the birds, and that is the very pleasant experience, and that gives the happy experience to each and everyone. So for that we have to see what to observe. First of all, we have to observe the bill. What is the shape of this bill, whether it is a slender, size of bill, length of this bill does matter. Then nape, which is the forehead. आपण ज्याला कपाळ म्हणतो आपलं, तर कपाळाचा भाग म्हणजे नेप. तर जसं बरं याच्यानुसारच नाव आहे. तुम्हाला जर त्याच्या कलरवरून, त्याचा जो काही कलर असेल बरे, त्या कलरवरून जरी बर्डचं तुम्ही एखाद्या गुगलवरती सर्च केलं तर तुम्हाला ते आयडेंटिफाय करता येतील. आणि हे आयडेंटिफिकेशन इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप टुवर्ड्स द हॅबिटॅट कन्झर्वेशन फॉर दी बर्ड्स. हे तुम्ही जर फील्डमध्ये गेले तर आपोआप जे शिकारी करणारे जे लोक आहेत त्यांना सुद्धा याची जाणीव होईल आणि हळूहळू ती शिकार थांबेल. तर नंतरचे ऑब्झर्व करायचं आपल्याला क्राऊन. तसं बरं नेप जो आहे याच्याबद्दल एक बर्ड आहे, त्याला म्हटलं ते ब्लॅक नेप्ड ब्ल्यू मोनार्च, त्याच्यावरूनच नाव आहे त्याचं क्राऊन. तर त्याच्यामध्ये हा क्राऊन जो असतो बरे, हा क्राऊन तो कुठल्या कलरचा आहे क्राऊन. जसं बरं आपण फ्लेम बॅक जो वुडपेकर आहे त्याचं क्राऊन तुम्ही एकदम ब्राईट रेड कलरचा क्राऊन त्याच्यामध्ये दिसतो आपल्याला. त्यानंतर आपल्याला काय बघायचं आहे, टेल. ही जे टेल जे आहे बरे, टेल किती लांब आहे, शॉर्ट आहे की लांब आहे, whether it is a short or long, what is the color of this tail. Then there is a vent. So this vent, this is the under part of this tail, there are these are the coverts coloration there that determine the species, which species that one. And there is one species called as the red-vented bulbul, which is the most common one. Then there is a leg. We have to observe the leg. This leg, whether the coloration of leg. What to observe there? Coloration of leg. Then their length of the leg, whether it is short or long. Then we have to observe the belly portion, whether this coloration of this belly portion, whether it is a white or different colored. Some of the birds, some of the one sunbird is there, which is called the fire-bellied sunbird. Fire means like the flame back. That is the fire-like coloration is there. Then there is a flank. This flank region. This is the flank region. We have to observe this flank. In case of the magpie robin, flank is whitish in color. Then there is a breast. We have to observe the breast like the wide-breasted kingfisher. So these are some of the features are there. Apart from this, there is one in some birds, there is a supercilium is there. In case of the gray wagtail and the yellow wagtail, there is a difference in this supercilium. Gray wagtail having this supercilium, while the yellow wagtail lacking this supercilium. So that differentiate this very closely related sibling species. So we have to observe the different kinds of the habitats. This is the riverine habitat. You can see here the great flock of these birds. हा अशा प्रकारचा तुम्ही जर सुंदर दृश्य जर तुम्ही बघितलं तर डेफिनेटली तुमचे मूड्स जे आहेत ते चेंज झाल्याशिवाय राहणार नाही. तुम्ही किती रागात असणार, किती तुम्ही ऑफबीट असणार, तरी पण तुमचे जे तुमच्यामध्ये ते तुम्ही जे काही तुमचं अँगर असेल, राग असेल, ते सगळं विसरल्याशिवाय राहणार नाही आणि तुमच्यामध्ये एक हॅपी फिलिंग होईल याच्यामध्ये. तर याकरता सुद्धा बरे हा सुद्धा एक एस्थेटिक सेन्स आहे याच्यामध्ये. त्यामुळे सुद्धा बरे बर्ड वॉचिंग आपण सिरियसली घ्यायला पाहिजे. आपण बर्ड वॉचिंग करता जर गेलो बरे तर त्याच्यामध्ये जे शिकारी लोक असतील हे बघा, याच्यामध्ये वेटलँड बर्ड्स आहेत बरे. अशा प्रकारचे यू कॅन सी हिअर सो मेनी डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ दी बर्ड्स आर देअर within the same area. So this type of picture, this landscape generate the interest, and once you go there, you will you will find that you are going through the lifetime hobby, and once you adapt to this hobby, no one will get bored. And the word bore is out of dictionary of that person, that the bird watcher. So there are the different kinds of the wetland birds are there. माझा हा डिस्कशन जो आहे, मी हा जे काही बर्ड स्पेसीज, जे कॉमन बर्ड स्पेसीज जे आहेत ते त्या बर्ड स्पेसीजचं आयडेंटिफिकेशन, म्हणजे आपण कुठेही गेल्यानंतर वरे जे काही आपल्याला बर्ड्स म्हणजे इझिली दिसू शकतात, कॉमन बर्ड्स आहेत, त्यांच्याबद्दल मी जास्त बोलणार आहे याच्यामध्ये, जेणेकरून जे मुलं आहेत, ते विद्यार्थी जे आहेत, त्यांच्यामध्ये हा इंटरेस्ट क्रिएट झाला पाहिजे, हॉबी डेव्हलप झाली पाहिजे. हा माझा उद्देश आहे आजचा. तर यू कॅन सी हिअर दे आर द व्हेरी क्लोजली रिलेटेड species of the diving carnivores, wetland birds. You can see here the neck long, very short. Then what you observe here, the very long dagger-like pointed these bill is there, and here you see the very short bill. So this one is this bird is cormorant. It is called the little cormorant, and this bird, which is having the snake-like long neck, is the darter. It is called as the snake bird also. You can see here one of the nesting site in our area of darter. You can see here the darters breeding there. This is the breeding ground. Then another very beautiful birds, wetland birds. These are the diving omnivores. The diving means what? They just dive. They are in the shallow water. They dive and they uproot the tubers of some of the submerged hydrophytes. So this is a very very beautiful bird, red-crested pochard, and you can see here the male and female. In the birds, males are having the very bright coloration, and again they can have the very beautiful call. So this bird is the male one, male crested pochard. This one is the female crested pochard, and here you can see the common pochard, and this one is the Brahmini shelduck. So these are the regular visitors. But nowadays, this common pochard, which was very common one, as the name suggests, now it is under the brink of extinction, and they are now classified as a endangered species because of the anthropogenic activities in the breeding ground in the eastern part of the Europe, and that as their breeding ground is disturbed, their number is declining strongly. Then another, so these birds, these ducks are this common pochard, red-crested pochard, Brahmini shelduck are the migratory birds, while these are the common birds. These are the common herbivorous wetland birds. So these herbivorous wetland birds, out of this duck, this the lesser whistling duck is the most common one. Is the most common one. They are found in the they are locally resident and locally migrant and a resident bird of our Maharashtra. Apart from this, this one cotton pygmy goose is again the most common resident bird of Maharashtra, duck of Maharashtra. But this cotton pygmy goose, as I've said earlier, their number is, they show the trend of the heavy decline in their number. So that is the matter of concern. Then another common duck which is found in the lakes and ponds is the spot-billed duck. याला मराठीमध्ये हळदी कुंकू बदक असं म्हणतो आपण. हळदी कुंकू त्याला का बरं बोलायचं आपण, तर याच्यामध्ये याच्या जो बीक जो आहे याची जी चोच आहे, त्या चोचेच्या एज वरती याच्या इथं अशा प्रकारचा हळद म्हणजे काय, तर पिवळ्या रंगाचा कलरेशन स्पॉट आहे याच्यामध्ये. आणि याचा लोअर म्हणजे काय, त्याचा बेस ऑफ द बिल याच्यामध्ये इथं रेड कलरचा स्पॉट याच्यामध्ये दिसतो. आणि हा रेड कलरचा स्पॉट फक्त हा जो येलो कलरचा स्पॉट आहे मेल आणि फिमेल दोन्ही प्रकारच्या बदकामध्ये दिसतो, डकमध्ये दिसेल. परंतु हा जो रेड कलरचा जो आहे स्पॉट जो आहे तो फक्त आणि फक्त म्हणजे मेल मध्ये दिसतो. आणि परत पुन्हा बर्ड्स मध्ये आपल्याला हे सुद्धा, आपण कोणत्याही कन्क्लुजन वरती यायच्या अगोदर आपल्याला हे सुद्धा जाणून घ्यावं लागते की तो ज्युवेनाइल आहे की ऍडल्ट आहे, त्याच्यानुसार त्याचं कलरेशन चेंज होत जातो. सो यू कॅन सी हिअर द hundreds of lesser whistling ducks. So this is the very common resident bird duck, but it shows the heavy influx during the winter season मध्ये आपल्याकडे जे नॉर्थ साइडला जिथं कुठं बरे टेम्परेचर खूप डाऊन होतो तिथला हार्श वेदर म्हणजे काय, तर जीवघेणा वेदर, त्याच्यामध्ये -40 -30 यापर्यंत जेव्हा टेम्परेचर जातो तर तेव्हा त्यांना प्रत्येक जीव जो असतो वरे या पृथ्वी तलावरचा प्रत्येक जीव जो आहे वरे आपली रेस समोर गेली पाहिजे याचा विचार करतो. आणि त्याच्यामध्येच त्यांना अशा प्रकारचं एवढं लॉंग डिस्टन्स मध्ये मायग्रेशन करणं भाग पडते. तर असे विंटरिंग ग्राउंड मध्ये जेव्हा हे ऑल्दो इट इज अ रेसिडेंट अँड द लोकल मायग्रेटिंग बर्ड, but they show the heavy influx during the winter. Again, there is a most common migratory bird which we will see in any kind of lake or the pond, that is the northern pintail. And there is a another bird just looking like this one. This northern pintail is the Eurasian Vigean. Eurasian Vigean. You can, in this next slide, you can see here both this Eurasian Vigean and the northern pintail. You can see here the same coloration, but minute observation, because the bird watcher should have the very acute vision, very acute and critical vision, because here you can see here the bright spot here, just like this this common कूट मध्ये जसं कपाळावरती टिळा असतो, जसं वारकरी ड्रायव्हर आपल्याकडे, वारकरी भाविक आहेत पंढरपूरला जाणारे, त्यांच्या कपाळावर टिळा असतो, तर त्या वारकऱ्यासारखा हा जो कॉमन कूट आहे त्याच्या सुद्धा कपाळावरती असं व्हाईट कलरचा टिळा असल्यासारखा आहे, म्हणून त्याला या पक्षाला, या कॉमन कूटला आपल्याकडे मराठीमध्ये बोलले जाते वारकरी पक्षी. वारकरी पक्षी त्यासारखंच like this vertical bright mark, this Eurasian Vigean also show the bright spot on the forehead. So although both this northern pintail and Eurasian Vigean show the strikingly similar coloration, but they show the this Eurasian Vigean show this bright vertical spot on the forehead. So that is the identification of key of this Eurasian Vigean. And here you can see the tail. This tail, they show the very pointed pin-like tail. Pin-like tail. That's why it is called the northern pintail. So northern pintail number, as far as this status of the Indian birds is concerned, that report is concerned, they have the very pleasant note about this northern pintail. The number of this pintail is increasing, and their number is somewhat stable and increasing in that category. For this, there is one plausible reflection is that in our area, especially Eastern Vidarbha, there is a paddy fields are there, and after the harvesting, whatever the stumps of the this paddy crop that get flooded with the water, that acts as a supplementary food for this northern pintail and supplementary resting ground during the night. So that is another very interesting research was carried out in the Eastern Europe, Albania country, one by the Parajo ornithologist. Then there are the herbivorous wetland birds are there, common teal and the gadwal. This gadwal is the first duck migratory bird which are coming here, and again this one is the common teal. Then apart from these two, there is one gargani. From this the first very abundant migratory bird species, the northern pintail. Then there is a gadwal, and third one is the gargani. Gargani also found in the very huge numbers. This gargani having their breeding ground in the Eastern Europe, and from there they are coming. Then again, from as earlier I was told, apart from the Central Asian flyway, there are the birds coming from the African flyways, European African flyways, and these are the comb duck, they are also called as knob buildup. You can see here that this knob-like structure develop on the bill. So this is the very beautiful bird coming from the. They are following that flyways. Then there are the goose. These are the again there are the Greylag goose and this bar-headed goose, and this is the very happy feeling to observe these birds. They are in the huge numbers. In the western Maharashtra, there is one spot called the Big One. In the Big One, there is a backwater of Ujni that is very famous for the that is very famous spot for the bird watchers. And there we can found in huge numbers these bar-headed goose and the Greylag goose are coming there over there. You can see here the flying Greylag goose. हा अशा प्रकारचं आपण जर लँडस्केप जर बघितलं याच्यामध्ये थोडी इन्व्हेस्टमेंट आहे, परंतु हा अशा प्रकारचा हॉबी जर आपण डेव्हलप केलं आणि बर्ड वॉचर्स त्या ठिकाणी जर असले बरे तर नॅचरली जे काही शिकारी लोक असतील बरे त्या शिकारी लोकांवरती बंधन येते आणि कन्झर्वेशनचं जे आहे बरे ते पार्ट जो आहे बरे तो आपोआपच त्याच्यामध्ये साध्य होईल. सो दिस द Greylag goose. You can see here this Greylag goose just landing over there in the water. Then there are the wetland dependent surface foraging carnivores are there. There are the herons are there, and this one is the pond heron. In each and every anywhere in the Maharashtra you will find this pond heron. And apart from this, very large size herons are there, purple heron and the gray heron you will observe. And again there is a black crown night heron which is having a nocturnal active habit. So it is also found in the very large numbers. All these pond heron, purple heron and the gray heron are having the solitary habit, while this black crown night heron is a gregarious one. They just fly in the very large huge flocks. Then there are the surface foraging, another birds, very common one. These are the egrets. And earlier I have said that we have to observe the bill here. This is the non-breeding great egret. You will find here the yellow color dagger-like dagger म्हणजे काय तर असं एक प्रकारचं कट्यार म्हणतो आपण त्याला. कट्यारी सारखं असं लांब अशी चोच याची असते आणि कट्यार ज्याप्रमाणे एकदम एका स्ट्रोक मध्ये हा जो बर्ड आहे याचा बिहेवियर असा आहे या ठिकाणी बघू शकता की एकाच ठिकाणी पेशंटली इज वेटिंग फॉर हिज टर्न अँड वन्स दे लोकेट देअर प्रे they within a fraction of second they just in one stroke they preyed upon the fish. This is the piscivorous basically it is the piscivorous bird. And again this apart from this bill you can see here the breeding plumage of this great egret, and this type of plumage, this type of feathers you will find only during the breeding season. Another egret is there, that is little egret. Size does matter. It is the smallest egret, and you can here see the again the color differentiation here. Here the color differentiation yellow, and this one is non-breeding. In that great egret, yellow color of beak in the non-breeding season, while in case of this little egret there is a black color beak is there. And again apart from this they found this type of the breeding plumage. आजकाल आपल्याकडे खेड्यामध्ये पूर्वी आणि आता सुद्धा अशा प्रकारची वेणी घालायची महिला. त्या वेणी जशी घालायची केसांची त्यासारखं अशा प्रकारचे feathers, only two central feathers, long feathers just develops from the head. Again there is a intermediate or the median egret. which is intermediate size, and they just appear like the great egret. ग्रेट इग्रेट सारखंच दिसतो हा, फक्त दोघांमध्ये डिफरन्स असा आहे, दिस लाईन बिटवीन दिस अपर अँड दी लोअर बीक that continues up to the eye in case of the median egret, while in case of the great egret it just run from over there up to this one. याची जी आहे लेंथ जी आहे ही पूर्ण अशी गेप, याला या ज्या लाईनला म्हटलं जाते बरे, हे ज्याची जी लाईन आहे इट इज कॉल्ड द गेप, GAP, गेप. ही जी गेप लाईन फर्दर lengthens from this eyes, that is in case of the great egret. Again, there is another very common egret that is called the cattle egret. You will there is a common sight that they are sit upon the back of the buffaloes and the cattles. This is the paddy field, and the paddy field they are found in the huge numbers. At one side you can see the hundreds of the cattle egrets, and हा जो याचा जो बफेलो किंवा कॅटल वरती हा पक्षी जो बसून राहतो, याच्या मागे एक दोघांची अपॉर्च्युनिटी याच्यामध्ये दिसून येते. That is the symbiotic association. That cattle benefited from the egret, as these egrets are preying upon the ectoparasites, ticks and mites, which are just concealed in the among the hairs of the cattle and the buffaloes, while this egret gets benefited from the buffalo or the cattles. While walking, the insects just fly away, and that flying insects fall easy prey to the this cattle egret. And you can see here the breeding. This is the breeding in the plumage. During the breeding plumage, you can see here the brisk red color beak, then the brownish coloration here, and you can see here the brownish colored breeding plumage. So that differentiates from this bird species is the same one, but here it looks very different from the non-breeding one. Then there is a Asian open-bill stark, surface foraging carnivore in our eastern part of Vidarbha. They are found in very huge flock of the Asian open-bill stark, and that flock are coming from the Bangladesh, and they used to nesting. They are having the nesting ground on the tamarind trees. चिंचेचं झाड आहे, या चिंचेच्या झाडावरती त्याचा जो चिंचेच्या झाडाचा जो काही स्ट्रक्चर आहे याच्यामध्ये त्याच्या ज्या फांद्या आहेत, त्या फांद्या ज्या आहेत वरे त्या या बर्ड्स करता नेस्टिंग करता खूप सुटेबल आहेत. And that's why they form this type of the flat platform like nest. So they are called the open bill because in the adult one, in the juvenile, there is no gap in the two beak, but in the adult there is a forceps like open bill is there, and this bill, due to this bill, this bird develops their own tropic niche. It has got the weapon in the form of this bill to open the bivalve. शिंपले जे असतात त्या शिंपल्यांना ओपन करण्याकरता याच्यामध्ये अशा प्रकारचा अडॅप्टेशन आहे. हे जी बीक असते बरे, ते बीक त्या शिंपल्यामध्ये टाकतो तो आणि त्याला ओपन करतो. तर हा जो आहे बरे एशियन ओपन बिल स्टार्क, हा सुद्धा आपल्याकडे खूप कॉमनली दिसणारा बर्ड आहे. हा कार्निवोरस आहे, स्पेशली फीड्स अपॉन दिस बायवॉल. Then there is a very rare stark. It is in the endangered category. Very beautiful to watch because of this neck. This neck is woolly, so that's why this stark is called as the woolly necked stork. It is a solitary one. That open bill stork is gregarious form, gregarious one, while this woolly necked stork is solitary one. And there is again a very common one in our area. This tower, on the tower, they used to nest upon this tower. This is their resting ground. रेस्टिंग ग्राउंड आहे. दिवसा ज्यामुळे ते दिवसा सकाळीच त्या टावर वरून ते निघतात आणि त्याच्यानंतर सायंकाळी ते परत येतात. अशा प्रकारचे रेड नेप, याचे जो नेप आहे फोरहेड आहे, फोरहेड पासून इथं क्राऊन पूर्ण जो पोर्शन आहे. इन केस ऑफ द मेल्स आर somewhat easy to identify as compared to the females. So this is the red nape black ibis. And this ibis, you can see here the very long bill. This bill just appear like the one of the weapon used by the labor for the digging. ज्याला आपण मराठीमध्ये म्हणतो कुदळी. कुदळी जे असते बरे, त्या कुदळी सारखं आकाराचं ते असल्यामुळे या बर्डला मराठीमध्ये कुदळी असं म्हटल्या जाते. रेड नेप ब्लॅक आयबिस. And then again another surface foraging carnivore is there, very beautiful to watch. You can see here this one is the male and this dull colored female, and again this male show the pinkish coloration during the breeding season. This pinkish coloration found only in the breeding adult. In case of breeding adult, is the breeding feathers. So it is somewhat 3 to about 3 feet length. त्याची जी लेंथ आहे 3 फुटाच्या आसपास याची लेंथ असते. Then again you can see here the piscivorous birds. This is the black neck ibis. जो black neck ibis आहे, ibis जो आहे, all these birds, black neck ibis. This is the gray heron. This one is a female painted stork. All they are the piscivorous birds. They are they preyed upon the fishes found in the shallow water. Again there is a bird which show the very aerodynamic structure. याचा एरोडायनामिक स्ट्रक्चर असल्यामुळे हा जो बर्ड आहे, हा बर्ड सगळ्यात जास्त डिस्टन्स मायग्रेट करणारा बर्ड आहे टर्न मध्ये. या टर्न मध्ये मगाशी सांगितलं मी आर्टिक टर्न, आर्टिक रिजन, नॉर्थ पोल, आर्टिक टू अंटार्क्टिका, एवढा जो आहे डिस्टन्स तो कव्हर करतो. सो दिस बर्ड जस्ट लाईक द किंगफिशर्स यूज टू just locate, and then they are having this dagger like sharp pointed bill, and through this bill they just strike upon the fish. Again there is a oriental white ibis. This is a nesting site, one of the nesting site, and you can see here the black neck. This black neck is found only in the case of the adult one. Juvenile show the somewhat paler or the whitish colored neck, and here it is the heavy bill is there, and these are the breeding feathers. And again you can see here the somewhat dull brownish color feathers are there. They are found only in the breeding season. Another very beautiful birds are the jacanas. त्याला हे जे पक्षी आहेत, these birds are adapted to walk upon the leaves of the lotus, and that's why they are in Marathi they are called as the कमल पक्षी. कमळाचे जे पानं असतात त्या पानावरती चालण्याकरता हा जो बर्ड आहे, बघा नॅचरनी किती एक इंटरेस्टिंग अशा प्रकारचा क्रिएचर तयार केला आहे. फॉर वॉकिंग अपॉन दी लीव्स ऑफ दी लोटस, दिस बर्ड्स have the very long toes, and through these long toes they can balance their weight while walking. Then there are the sandpipers are there. There are this wood sandpiper. Sandpiper, these are the mud probing birds. मड प्रोबिंग म्हणजे काय, तर त्या चिखलामध्ये चिखल जो असतो बरे, मड असतो, त्या चिखलामध्ये तो चिखल जो असतो बरे, तो जो वेटलँड आहे, ती जी शोर लाईन आहे, ती शोर लाईन इज फ्लडेड during the monsoon, and during the post monsoon that water get receded. So that wetland is very rich in the different in organic matter, very rich in organic matter. They are having the crustaceans, they are having the, you can find there the larvae of different types of insects are there. And these birds are belongs to the order one Caradiformes. All these birds having the one peculiarity, they are having the slender tubular bill is there, and they show the differentiation in the length of the beak. You can here find the very short bill, then this little stint having the longer bill than this little ring plover. Is a little ring plover. This one is a little stint, and these are the sandpipers. This wood sandpiper is the most common one. Apart from this, there is a common sandpiper. So this little stint bird is the migratory one. This is the migratory. All these three, common sandpiper, wood sandpiper, and the little ring plover, are the resident birds, while this little stint is the smallest wetland migratory wetland bird. Apart from this, another mud probing bird, it is a large flock of these birds are coming over from year to year. This bird is the black-winged stilt. This black-winged stilt having the very pointed, very narrow, very slender, pointed bill for probing water. Here you can see this bird probing the insects and some larvae of insects in the mud. And these birds having the peculiarity, this very long pinkish color legs. And again, there are the waterfowls are there. This is the Eurasian moorhen and this purple swamphen. These are the most common water birds, waterfowls. And there is another one is the common coot. And apart from this, there is one crake. This very shy, लाजाळू पक्षी आहे खूपच. हा जो पक्षी आहे, ह्या पक्षाला आयडेंटिफाय करणे, बघणे, म्हणजे हा खरं म्हणजे चॅलेंजिंग असतो बर्ड वॉचर करता. इट इज अ चॅलेंज फॉर द बर्ड वॉचर्स बिकॉज दे आर हॅव्हिंग द व्हेरी क्रिप्टिक कलरेशन. They can easily conceal between the grasses there over there. And another very common bird you will find in any water body, whether you in the Western Maharashtra, in the Vidarbha, anywhere, you will find this red-wattled lapwing. हा तो रेड-वॅटल लॅपिंग जो आहे, हा रेड-वॅटल लॅपिंग हा एक प्रकारे त्या कुठल्याही वाटर बॉडीचं पहारेकरी आहे, पहारेकरी, वॉचमन. इट alarm the all other birds about the incomer, any kind of they just alarm the different kinds of birds about the danger. तर हा तुम्ही कुठल्या वॉटर बॉडी गेल्यावर सगळ्यात पहिल्यांदा याचा आवाज तुम्हाला ऐकायला मिळतो. याला मराठीमध्ये म्हणतो आपण टिटवी. तर हा जो आहे रेड वॅटल लॅपिंग अँड दिस इज द समवॉट रेअर येलो वॅटल लॅपिंग. सो हिअर यू विल फाइंड दॅट दिस लोअर पोर्शन, याला लोअर म्हणतो, लोअर, LORE, लोअर, दिस पोर्शन गेट्स. आता याच्यामध्ये दिस वन इज समवॉट जुवेनाइल. इट इज नॉट द परफेक्टली मॅच्युअर वन. मॅच्युअर याच्यामध्ये पूर्ण ही वॅटल जी असते बरे लांब याच्यामध्ये याच्यासारखी दिसते आपल्याला. Another very common birds found in the shoreline. ते आपल्याला कुठल्याही वॉटर बॉडीच्या काठावर दिसणारे हे पक्षी म्हणजे जे आहेत बरे वेटलँड डिपेंडंट बर्ड्स आहेत. या बर्ड्सला आपण म्हणतो वॅगटेल. वॅगिंग मीन्स व्हॉट? वॅगिंग मीन्स दे आर हॅव्हिंग द व्हेरी लॉंग टेल अँड दे जस्ट वॅगिंग. वॅगिंग मीन्स व्हॉट? दे आर स्ट्रायकिंग. They are striking this tail just like the that the क्लॉथ क्लीनर, त्याला आपण जे म्हणतो धोबी किंवा परीट म्हणतो आपण, त्या परीटाच्या सारखं परीट जसं कपडे आपटतो त्याप्रमाणे हे जे वॅक्टेल्स आहेत त्याची टेल जी आहे बरे, लॉंग टेल जे आहे बरे, ते आपटत असतात आणि त्याच्यामुळे याला म्हणतो आपण परीट पक्षी सुद्धा याला म्हणतो आपण वॅक्टेल. देन in their wagtail, this white brown wagtail is the most common one, while this white wagtail and this yellow wagtail are the migratory one. They at the onset of the winter season they used to migrate from their breeding ground in the Europe. Then another wetland dependent birds are there. These are the kingfishers. These kingfishers, these are the three kingfishers. You can anywhere, any water body, you can observe this one: common kingfisher, white-breasted kingfisher, and this is the pied kingfisher. हा पाईड जो शब्द आहे बरे याच्यामध्ये बरेचदा यूज झालेला आहे बर्ड्सच्या याच्यामध्ये. ब्लॅक अँड व्हाईट असेल त्याला आपण पाईड म्हणतो आपण. तर हे जे याला आपण मराठीमध्ये याला ढिवर पक्षी म्हटलं जाते. हा ढिवर जो पक्षी आहे बरे हा सुद्धा आपल्याला फारच कॉमनली ऑब्झर्व करता येतो. आपल्याला ओमनिवरस जे बर्ड्स मध्ये मैनाज, हे जे मैना आहेत बरे फार कॉमनली आपल्याला ही जी मैना आहे कॉमन मैना आपण कॉमनली बघत असतो. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस देर इज अ पाईड मैना विच इज फाउंड इन द huge flocks of pied myna you can observe, and there are the Brahmini myna. This Brahmini myna used to have the very long blackish color hairs on their crown, and this due to this black color feathers, this Brahmini myna in Marathi called as the भांगपाडी मैना. भांगपाडी, भांग कसं पाडतो आपण त्यासारखं बरे ते दिसत त्यावर भांगपाडी मैना म्हणतो आपण. त्यानंतर वेटलँड डिपेंडंट बर्ड्स मध्ये पुन्हा दुसरे जे आहेत बरे ग्रेनिवोरस बर्ड्स, त्याला आपण मुनिया म्हणतो. दिस मुनिया हॅव्हिंग दिस typical conical bill, just like the house sparrow. This one is the most common one, silver bill. You will find the heavy flock of this silver bill in the, as their bill coloration is just silver in color, that's why it's called the silver bill. Then there is a scaly breasted munia, white rumped munia, and tricolored munia. These two silver bill munia and this scaly breasted munia are the common one, while this tricolored munia and this white rumped munia are the rare one. Then you will find the granivorous red munia. It is also called the red avedwet or strawberry finch. स्ट्रॉबेरी सारखं दिसते ते, दिसायला फारच सुंदर असतो. हे अशा प्रकारचे रीड्स, दे आर फाउंड अमॉंग द रीड्स nearby the any kind of water body. So these are again the most common munia. Then you will find the Siberian bushchat. As the name suggests, they are the migratory bushchat. These are the wetland dependent birds. They are found among these reeds, that is the grasses. Grassesच्या मध्ये तुम्हाला बघायला मिळेल. पुन्हा again wetland dependent bird is the most common one is the plain prinia. याला मराठीमध्ये याचा जो काही याचं कॉलिंग करण्याची जी सवय आहे त्याच्यामुळे याला म्हणतो आपण वटवट्या, वटवट 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 असा आवाज करत राहतो तो. And you can find here the difference between the juvenile and the adult. There is a very short stumpy tail, and here you will find a very long tail. And again you will find here the supercilium, prominent supercilium, and here there is no supercilium. So as the development goes on, there is a striking coloration pattern of feathers found in the adults and the juveniles. Then another type of the insectivorous birds are found in the vicinity of any kind of water body. That is the long-tailed shrike, black drongo, and the Indian roller. These three birds are very common. खूप कॉमनली तुम्हाला दिसतील बघायला. हा जो श्राईक आहे, या श्राईकची जे सवय आहे, कुठलाही प्रे पकडल्यानंतर एखादा लोकस्ट असेल, ग्रॉसहॉपर असेल, तो बाबडीच्या काट्यामध्ये तो त्याला अडकून ठेवतो. ज्या प्रकारे खाटीक त्याचा जो काही म्हणजे मटण असेल वरे, ज्या प्रकारे बकरा असेल, जे मटण असेल बकऱ्याची, ज्या प्रकारे लटकून ठेवतो त्यासारखं, त्याच्यामुळे या बर्डला म्हणतात खाटीक. तर हा जो पक्षी आहे ब्लॅक ड्रोंगो, एखाद्या शेतावर एकाच ठिकाणी जसं काही रखवालदारी करतो त्यासारखं राहतो, म्हणून त्याला म्हटलं ते कोतवाल. आणि दिस इज वन इज द इंडियन रोलर. देन अनदर व्हेरी अट्रॅक्टिव्ह बर्ड्स, दिस इज अ पाईड कुकू. मराठीमध्ये ज्याला आपल्या कल्चरमध्ये त्याला म्हणतो चातक पक्षी. चातक पक्षी येणारा पावसाची चाहूल देतो. त्याप्रमाणे हा जो प्लाइड कुकू, इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड द जॅकोबिन कुकू. दिस जॅकोबिन कुकू just migrating at the onset of the unlike the other wintering migrating birds. Most of the birds are the winter migrating one, but this is the exception. हा सुद्धा एक्सेप्शन आहे त्याला, इंडियन कुकू. These cuckoos are very famous for the very melodious calling. त्यांचा जो काही आवाज आहे तो ऐकणं जो आहे बरे, कुकू कुकू आवाज जो करतो, तो आवाज ऐकणं म्हणजे फारच हा आनंददायी अनुभव असतो. त्याचप्रमाणे लिप बर्ड म्हणून एक असतो बरे, याला शोधणं म्हणजे फार कसरत असते. पानाचा कलर जसा आहे बरे त्यासारखा दिसतो. अँड दिस इज अगेन व्हेरी ब्युटिफुल बर्ड, आर इन्हेरिटेड पेंटेड थ्रश. यू विल फाइंड द white paint like striking stripes on the head. There is a different types of doves are there. हे बदक सॉरी जो आपला कबूतर जो असतो बरे, कबुतराच्या ऑर्डर मध्ये येतो कोलंबी फार्मिस मध्ये. सो दिस लाफिंग डव and the spotted dove, these are the most common one. By this Eurasian collared dove, you can find here the very dark black collar like stripe on the neck, upper part of neck, and in both these cases. But here this one is the somewhat grayish one coloration, and this one here you find the brownish or the reddish coloration, red collared dove, and this is the Eurasian collared dove. Then our स्टेट बर्ड ऑफ महाराष्ट्र, येलो फुटेड ग्रीन पिजन, मराठीमध्ये त्याला म्हणतो आपण हरियाल. हा हरियाल जो पक्षी आहे, हा हरियाल पक्षी आपल्या महाराष्ट्रामध्ये खूप जास्त नंबर मध्ये दिसतो, परंतु याची सुद्धा वरे शिकार जे आहे वरे होत आहे. त्यामुळे हा जो पक्षी जो आहे वरे हा सुद्धा वरे डिक्लाइन म्हणजे एक स्लोली डिक्लाइनिंगच्या कॅटेगरीमध्ये हा पक्षीची नोंद झालेली आहे. त्यानंतर आपल्याला मोस्ट कॉमनली यू विल सी दिस टाइप ऑफ फ्लाइंग or they sit upon the any kind of fire. They are found in very large numbers. There are two types of birds are there. One called as the swift and another is the swallow. Swift having the very blunt tail, while in case of the swallow they show the fork tail. अशा प्रकारची fork tail याच्यामध्ये दिसतो ते swallow, आणि blunt असेल तर ते swift. Again another type of birds, very common one, we'll find the jungle babbler is most common one. Very कर्कश आवाज त्याचा असतो रे फार, आणि खूप जास्त नंबर मध्ये असतो. and in Marathi it is called the सात भाई. So babblers, another common one is the common babbler. You can see here the coloration of the coloration of these eyes. You find here the black coloration and you will find here the white coloration. Then another very common birds you will find here, that is the koel. This is the male koel and this is the female one. And what are the melodious coo कू कू जो आवाज करते ज्याला आपण गान कोकिडा म्हणतो, खऱ्या अर्थानं गान कोकिडा म्हणजे आपल्याला फिमेल असा अभिप्रेत असतो, पण फिमेल जे आहे आवाज काढत नाही, तो आवाज जे काढते फिमेलचा आवाज कर्कश आहे, मेलचा आवाज जो आहे हा मेलोडियस कू असा आवाज काढतो. त्याचप्रमाणे असा दुसरा एक फ्लूट इटिंग बर्ड जो आहे आपल्याला कॉमनली दिसतो आपल्याकडे, तो जो असतो वरे बार्बेट, कापर स्मिथ बार्बेट, तांबाड्या ज्याला म्हणतात मराठीमध्ये, हा कापर स्मिथ बार्बेट हॅव द ह्यूज चिसल लाईक बिल. हा सुगरण पक्षी, मराठीमध्ये याला सुगरण म्हणतो आपण, सुगरणीचा खोपा नेस्ट जो आहे बरे, तर इट इज व्हेरी वेल नोन फॉर द एक्सेप्शनल विविंग, सो दॅट्स वाय इट्स कॉल्ड द बाया विवर, मोस्ट कॉमन वन. अगेन देर आर दीज 3 बर्ड्स, हे जे 3 जे बर्ड आहेत हे झाडाची जे साल असते त्या सालीच्या आतमध्ये असणारे जे किडे असतात, इन्सेक्ट असतात, याच्यावरती फीड करते. सो दिस द फ्लेम बॅक वुडपेकर. दिस वन इज ब्राउन हेडेड पिग्मी वुडपेकर. देर आर सो मेनी डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ दी डिफरंट स्पेसीज ऑफ वुडपेकर्स आर देअर, but these are the 2 most common woodpeckers are there. And apart from this there is a gray hornbill. हा जो ग्रे हॉर्नबिल जो आहे बरे, हा जनरली जे नट्स असतात बरे, हार्ड नट्स म्हणजे काय, तर जे ज्याला सुपारी किंवा अशा प्रकारचे जे काही हार्ड फ्रुट्स असतात त्याच्यावरती फिडिंग करतो. अँड यू कॅन फाइंड हिअर द हॉर्न लाईक स्ट्रक्चर अपॉन द बिल, दॅट्स वाय इट इज द हॉर्नबिल. मराठीमध्ये हा पक्षी दिसणं एक प्रकारे आपण शुभ मानला जातो, त्याच्यामुळे या पक्षाला म्हटलं जाते धनेश, म्हणजे हा पक्षी दिसला तर आपल्याकडे धन येतो असं आख्यायिक आहे. त्यानंतर आपल्याला पुन्हा फॉरेस्ट इकोसिस्टम मध्ये दिसणारे जे बर्ड्स आहेत, ते जे बर्ड्स आहेत गोल्डन ओरिओल, कॉमन आयोरा, इट इज वेल नोन फॉर इट्स व्हेरी मेलोडियस कॉलिंग. हुप्पी, ग्राउंड वरती असणारा दाणे खाणारा जो बर्ड आहे बरं, हुप्पी. And this one is the Petronia, yellow throated sparrow. या स्पॅरोला म्हणतात सलीम अली स्पॅरो, यालाच म्हटलं जाते जंगल स्पॅरो. आपल्याला बरेचदा जंगलामध्ये गेल्यानंतर, फॉरेस्टमध्ये गेल्यानंतर आपल्याला खूप मोठा एखादा स्पॅरोचा, हाऊस स्पॅरोचा फ्लॉक आहे काय असं वाटतो वरे, पण ते तसं नसून त्याच्यामध्ये व्हॉट यू हॅव टू लोकेट द येलोइश color on the neck. So this is the yellow throated sparrow. Then very good sighting, that is the very brilliant, they show these are the birds of the forest ecosystem. It is a treat to the eye to watch these birds. This paradise flycatcher is the most beautiful bird. These birds, this is the female one. In case of the male, this is the male, they show the crest. Female is also shorter one, but as this male get mature, their coloration get changed. They show the white feathers, and there are the 2 long whitish feathers are there. खूप लांब याच्यामध्ये फिदर्स असतात, आणि तो जेव्हा जसा वरी उडतो त्यावेळेस असं वाटते की एखादा काहीतरी डान्स करत आहे, त्याच्यावरून त्याला म्हटलं जाते स्वर्गीय नर्तक असं त्याला म्हणतो आपण. दिस द फॅन-टेल्ड फ्लाय कॅचर. दिस फ्लाय कॅचर जे आहे बरे, फ्लाय कॅचर मध्ये आपल्याला याची जी बीक आहे, अपर बीक, याची अपर बीक जे आहे बरे ही इट इज शार्पली बेंट in the lower side. That is the identification mark of the flycatchers. And this is again the very beautiful bird found in the summer season, onset of the monsoon. Indian pitta. It shows the very brilliant coloration. मी याच्यामध्ये जे काही यूज केलेले माझे फोटो, इथं जे फोटो आहेत हे मी स्वतः कॅप्चर केलेले आहेत, त्याच्यामुळे काही जे बरोबर आलेलं नाही त्याच्यामध्ये. हा सुद्धा वर एक बर्ड आहे. इट शो द परफेक्ट कॅमोफ्लेज. दिस वन इज द ट्विग ऑफ द branch, this is the twig of the tree, and this one is the bird. This bird is night jar. नाईट जारला चुक 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 असा आवाज जो येतो वर याच्यामध्ये, तो आवाज करणारा पक्षी जो आहे वर तर यालाच रात्रीच्या वेळी दिसतो म्हणून याला म्हणतात रातवा, रात्री दिसणारा रातवा. नाईट जार हा पक्षी जो आहे वर हा सुद्धा आपल्याकडे इझिली, म्हणजे त्याला रात्रीच्या वेळेस तुम्ही जर गेले कुठं बाहेर तुम्हाला बघेल. त्याच्यानंतर आपल्याला दिसणारे जे पक्षी आहेत, मोस्ट कॉमन इज द प्लम हेडेड पॅराकिट. ह्यूज फ्लॉक मध्ये फॉरेस्ट मध्ये तुम्ही गेले तर या रोजरिंग पॅराकिट पेक्षा याला पोपट म्हणतो आपण, जे पाळीव म्हणजे लोक पाळतात त्याला, हा आहे रे पोपट. म्हणजे काय तर रोजरिंग पॅराकिट, याची रोज रिंग सारखं याच्यामध्ये असते. आणि हे जे आहेत वरे याला म्हणतो आपण प्लम हेडेड पॅराकिट, मराठीमध्ये याला टोई पोपट असं पण म्हटलं जाते. त्यानंतर फॉरेस्ट मध्ये दिसणारे दुसरे पक्षी आहेत बरे मोस्ट कॉमन मॅकपाय रॉबिन, याचा जुवेनाईल हा, आणि हा इंडियन रॉबिन. त्यानंतर रॅप्टर्स. रॅप्टर्स म्हणजे काय तर शिकारी पक्षी. या शिकारी पक्षीमध्ये दिस ब्लॅक विंग काइट इज द मोस्ट कॉमन वन, त्याला कापशी घार म्हणतो आपण. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दी देर द व्हाईट आईड बजार्ड विल फाइंड इन कॉमन ओरिएंटल हनी बजार्ड, and you will find a crested serpent eagle. This one is the crested serpent eagle, and this is the juvenile of the Brahminic kite. This one is, and this one is short-toed snake eagle. हा जो आहे याच्यामध्ये जे काही 14 जे बर्ड्स आहेत ज्याला स्टॅटस ऑफ इंडियन बर्ड्स ही जी रिपोर्ट मध्ये त्यांनी हाय रिस्क कॅटेगरीमध्ये ठेवल्या, त्याच्यापैकी हा एक आहे शॉर्ट टोड स्नेक ईगल. त्यानंतर आपल्याला लार्क, जे ग्रासलँड इकोसिस्टम मध्ये असणारे जे बर्ड्स आहेत हे फारच कठीण असतात त्यांना ओळखणं. तर हा ॲशी क्राउन स्पॅरो लार्क जो आहे हा खूप कॉमनली आणि खूप जास्त संख्येमध्ये दिसतो आपल्याला. अँड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस देर आर द रुफस टेल्ड लार्क. इट इज फाउंड इन द विसिनिटी ऑफ एनी काइंड ऑफ वॉटर बॉडी. वॉटर बॉडीच्या आसपास दिसणारा पक्षी म्हणजे रुफस टेल्ड लार्क. All these lark and these pipits have the very good camouflage. They have the cryptic coloration to the surrounding ground, so it is very difficult to find these birds. Then there are the nectar sucking birds are there, oriental white eye and this purple sunbird. So this bird is very common. You can easily find in your backyard. Thank you. Already our session is very delayed. I am very much thankful to the convener of this workshop for providing me the opportunity to deliver my keynote address. Thank you. Thank you, participants. Can you hear me, Mane sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mane sir.
Yes, yes.
Namrata, over to you. Yes, sir. Namrata?
Sorry, sir.
Namrata?
Delay झाला.
No.
Yes, sir.
Namrata, over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It has been an excellent session, of course, because it appeared so colorful, it appeared so vibrant, and there were so many new names that we heard. And it was really a pleasing thing for us to watch and to go through this session. I'm really thankful to the resource person of this event, Deshmukh sir, for sharing his knowledge with us. And after this, we will have question and answer session as part of protocol. So if anybody has got some questions, they can ask. We will wait for 2 more minutes. If anybody has got questions, please ask. Anybody from the faculty who is curious can ask the question.
Namrata, I think.
Yes,
no,
sir.
there.
Okay. Obviously, the session has been so good that there must not have been any kind of questions for it. So we will directly move on to the presidential address. And for presidential address, I would like to invite Honorable Principal of our college, Dr. L.D. Kadam, sir.
Thank you, Namrata. Honorable Speaker, Dr. Deshmukh Ganpat of Rashtrapita Mahatma College of Arts and Science, Nagbhir, Chandrapur. The convener of this workshop, Dr. Bhosle T.S., Head of the Department of Zoology, Mr. Mane Abhijit, and all my colleagues. The Department of Zoology has decided to celebrate the Bird Week by organizing today's workshop on bird identification and habitat conservation. Friends, bird study scientist, Birdman of India, Padma Bhushan Dr. Salim Ali, his birthday is November 12. Maruti Chittapalli, who is well known for his wildlife literature, has his birthday on November 5. In remembrance of their contribution to nature and its lives, the week 5 November to 12 November is celebrated as a bird week on the occasion of their birth dates. Bird week celebrated to create awareness among the masses about the rich biodiversity of the state, to create awareness about the importance of parties, migration and domicile protection and the conservation of birds. Dr. Deshmukh has given very nice information about the various bird species and tell us why it is necessary to conserve and harvest the birds to protect the nature and our lives. I'm very grateful to Dr. Deshmukh for spending his valuable time and upgrading our knowledge. I also congratulate the faculty member of the Department of Zoology for organizing this event. I'm not going to talk more. With this, I stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. With this presidential address, we will now move on to last but not the least session, that is vote of thanks. And for vote of thanks, I would like to invite the head of the Department of Zoology, Dr. T.S. Bhosle, sir. Over to Dr. T.S. Bhosle, sir.
Thank you, Namrata madam.
Yes, sir.
Mane sir. Hello.
Yes,
You are audible.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am here to express vote of thanks for this workshop. On behalf of Rayat Shikshan Sanstha Satara and principal and the staff of the ASC College Ramanand Nagar Gurle, I express thanks to Dr. Deshmukh sir for giving us very informative talk on identification of birds and habitat conservation. Deshmukh has explained about distribution of birds, bird diversity, role of birds as scavenger, that is, birds as cleaning agents, and they play a role as biological indicator of pollution. He also about the bird migration. Birds also play important role as pollinators. Sir has explained about the endangered birds and the reasons for extinction of these species. Dr. Deshmukh has given the technical data about the birds, that is total number of birds in India, total number of birds in Maharashtra, endangered species, etc. Sir has explained the morphology of birds, the criteria for identification of birds, etc. Sir has explained about the breeding places, feeding places, about their nesting, rearing of the young ones, etc. Once again, on behalf of Rayat Shikshan Sanstha Satara, principal of this college and the staff of this college, I express sincere thanks to Dr. Deshmukh sir. I would like to express sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. L.D. Kadam Saheb, for granting permission for organizing this online workshop on identification of birds and the habitat conservation. Our principal is consistently guiding us for organizing various activities in college. He has given very nice presidential speech on this occasion. So, on behalf of all the participants and all the staff, I express sincere thanks to Principal Dr. L.D. Kadam Saheb. I express thanks to my colleague, Mr. Mane Abi sir, for organizing this nice workshop on the identification of bird and the habitat conservation. One of the participants, that is Dr. Bireshwar Bera, joined from Darjeeling, Kolkata. I am very much thankful for him. I express sincere thanks to NJ Kamble madam for anchoring this work, worked as anchor for the workshop. I express thanks to Sasane sir for giving us technical assistance. Finally, I express thanks to all the participants who takes part in this workshop. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It has been a beautiful session overall, and with Principal Sir's permission, I would like to declare that this program is over. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Yes. The participants can leave on their own. You can just simply leave the call. I request the participants to leave the meeting manually.